Tony Khan facing a lawsuit by Ex-AEW and Ring of Honor talent, plus multiple title matches have been added to AEW All Out this Saturday, as well as a huge gimmick match main event. Tony Khan facing some legal trouble this morning from former AEW and Ring of Honor talent. What do we know, Andrew?
So in a story broken by the Wrestling News on Twitter, former commentator Kevin Kelly and former Ring of Honor wrestlers, the Tate twins, Brandon and Brendan Tate, known as Dalton Castle's boys, are launching a lawsuit against AEW, the company president Tony Khan and current Ring of Honor announcer Ian Riccoboni. The lawsuit was filed at the end of August in the Philadelphia Court of Common Pleas.
So Kevin Kelly and the Tate twins are seeking to void the arbitration clause of their talent contracts, as well as requesting that the court certify a class action suit against AEW over claims that the company is misclassifying its wrestling talent as independent contractors rather than employees.
The Tate twins were part of Ring of Honor when Tony Khan bought the company back in April in the midst of a storyline between Dalton Castle, Johnny TV, and Taya Valkyrie. The boys were released from their Ring of Honor contracts, the reason cited being budget cuts. Tony Khan, however, later went on to claim that they no-showed several events which led to them being cut. Brandon and Brendan Tate have then denied this.
When it comes to Kevin Kelly, who joined AEW last June and was fired back in March after going very public on social media with his frustrations with the company, as well as frustrations with announcer Ian Riccoboni, he is seeking monetary damages, claiming that, among other things, AEW breached his contract and interfered with his ability to work elsewhere. Ian Riccoboni being added to this lawsuit because Kelly claims that he was defamed by Ian Riccoboni, who accused him of being a member of QAnon.
And attorney Stephen P. New released a statement saying, "I applaud the bravery of these plaintiffs in bringing this long overdue action, challenging the misclassification of pro wrestlers as independent contractors instead of employees. We know we are in for a long, hard fight, but in the end, I believe justice always prevails."
So as we say, as well as a suit to void arbitration of their talent contracts, is a request for the court to certify a class action suit. Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer believes more people may get involved if this goes ahead. He says the class action suit regarding independent contractors is an attempt to get everyone who wrestled for either AEW or Ring of Honor from September 1st, 2022 to the present day, who signed a contract stating they were independent contractors, to be on board. They claim that AEW has 128 wrestlers and Ring of Honor has 48. Some of those names are duplicated on both rosters, as well as 40 non-wrestlers who they have used. They are arguing that wrestlers should be listed as employees and get workman's compensation, health insurance that AEW should pay Social Security for as well as Medicare payments paid through AEW, among other things.
Now, Jim Ross spoke about the lawsuit on the latest episode of Grilling JR, and he said, "When you sign your contract, you agree to the terms, and that would include being an independent contractor. The plaintiffs will run out of money before Tony Khan does. I don't hold out much hope they're going to get any kind of settlement whatsoever, but maybe I'm wrong. I'm not a judge or a lawyer or anything along those lines."
We're going to keep an eye on this one as it develops, and when we know more, we'll let you know more at Cultaholic.com. Last night, AEW Dynamite had their go-home Dynamite for All Out. It's only been about 10 minutes since we had All In, and now we're All Out again.
Well, Tom, we'll talk about it, but somebody won't be going home, will they? Bloody hell. Bloody hell.
Oh, that they won't. So a few days ago till All Out, we already had a few matches set in place for Saturday before Dynamite tonight. Willow Nightingale facing Chris Statlander in a street fight. Will Ospreay defending the international title against Pac, and MJF facing Daniel Garcia. But wait, there's more.
There is. The Young Bucks will defend the AEW World Tag Team titles against the new AEW World Trios champions in Claudio Castagnoli and Wheeler Yuta. The challenge was issued by Claudio on behalf of the BCC following a trios victory over the conglomeration and Will Ospreay last night.
So 2/3 of the trios champs are going for the doubles titles.
They sure are.
Collecting all the belts. Kazuchika Okada is going to defend his AEW Continental title in a fatal four-way match on Saturday. Now, the three challengers yet to be decided, but we all know who, on a go-home Friday edition of Collision. Those matches for to determine who enters the four-way include Orange Cassidy versus Brian Keith, Lance Archer versus Mark Briscoe, and Konosuke Takeshita versus the Beast Mortis. So from there, what do we think? The obvious role seems Orange, Lance, Takeshita?
That's what I was thinking as well. And I would like that very much. I think those are definitely my choices from there. Yes, yes, they are.
I think it's a shame that Mark Briscoe once again finds himself in a position where he's fighting to be a top contender of another belt while he's Ring of Honor World Champion.
It's true, but I do like seeing him on the television.
It's a good excuse.
He's very good. Yeah, for sure.
Mercedes Moné, as we know, will be defending the TBS title against Hikaru Shida. There's been a caveat added to this. As decreed by on-screen authority figure Christopher Daniels, Moné's bodyguard Camille is banned from ringside.
Will she be able to get the job done?
Can they coexist? Sorry, wrong trope. Yeah, so Moné fighting without Camille there. Obviously, Camille helped Moné pick up a win over picked a win over Shida recently, which has led to all of this shenanigan. So I still think I think Shida and Moné might have a good time.
I hope so as well. I really do hope so. But not only that, though, we now have the main event, a big gimmick match main event announced for All Out as well. Swerve Strickland will face Hangman Page in an unsanctioned lights out steel cage match. That's a lot of letters. In the main event of AEW All Out, Swerve and Hangman, obviously their rivalry all year has been tremendous. It went to yet another level last night, though, as we alluded to earlier, where Hangman Page burned down the childhood home of Swerve Strickland. We saw a video earlier in the year. Swerve had bought his childhood home. It is now ash and
it was like dust. A few hours before Dynamite, where it's like, hi, I'm Swerve, and here I am buying my childhood home, and all the comments were, Hangman's going to burn that, Hangman's going to burn that, Hangman's going to burn that, and he burned it down. Just because people saw it coming doesn't mean it wasn't incredible. I think that image of Swerve having a little cheeky drink in a chair.
Hangman, sorry. You said
sorry, not Swerve. Thank you for correcting me. It's the age. I think that image of Hangman sat in that chair having a little shot of whiskey as this house burns behind him.
An unreal visual.
Incredible.
And like you see it obviously from this perspective of the camera that we saw on the Tron, but then later on, shots got posted to social media of like actual camera shots, and he is literally just sat there, flames engulfing the cabinet by the side of him where the drink is, and he's just casually sat there. What a guy! What a guy, Hangman Page.
The crowd in the arena chanting, "This is awesome!" That was very funny. Tony Khan came out afterwards and declared that the steel cage match will be unsanctioned, lights out. They're just going to tear each other apart.
I can't wait.
This sets a really worrying precedent. I'm nervous now that Hangman Page is going to put out a video and go, I can't wait to celebrate when I beat Swerve, me and my new dog.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
No.
If we're thinking back to previous wrestling storylines that have involved a dog.
I'm thinking of maybe Swerve might get Prince Nana to cook him up for him, as Bossman did to Alistair.
Yes, that is also what I was thinking there.
No, it was an incredible bit of sports entertainment to wrap up Dynamite last night, and they're going to have a banger at All Out, and we're going to shake it all about All Out on the channel this week. 9 pitches with this handsome gentleman, as well as 2 less handsome gentlemen.
That's not true. That's not. Ross's hair is fantastic. Jack is a beautiful young man.
Beauty's in the eye of the beholder. Predictions on the channel later today ahead of AEW All Out, and then you've got live reactions every moment of the show with live reactions from Cultaholic, youtube.com/cultaholic/live, and of course what happened with Jack the Jobber just a short while afterwards as well. Did you hear that squeak?
I did hear that squeak.
That's because it's chucking it down outside.
It is.
And my shoes are wet, and that's the...
Sorry, I thought that was the rats.
Oh, it could be the rats once again. We hope that you have a good one, and if you need any other wrestling news throughout the day, you can check out cultaholic.com. Keys.
Love you, bye.